Hi, welcome back to my series on the volleyball basics. Today I'll be going over hitting. Finally, here we are at the last of the three parts of what people always say for volleyball: the bump, set, and the spike. Hitting is the way in which offense is played in volleyball, with 3 front row hitters and anybody able to hit from the back row. In this video I'll be going over the very basics of hitting, so I won't go over aspects such as hitting positions, such as differences between middle, outside, and opposites, and for this I'll be basically focusing on how to hit from the outside, which will kind of mostly apply to the opposite too. The 3 main points of hitting include the transition off the net, the approach, and the swing. To begin, we start with dropping off the net. Usually as a hitter you start off at the net when you start your hit either after a serve or a block. You want to wait until the ball is on your side of the net to drop off the net. To do this, you want to open up to the setter by pivoting on your left leg and taking one big step back with your right leg, watching the ball in the setter the entire time. This is a very important part. You want to make sure you can see the setter and the ball to make sure nothing happens while you transition off the net. Anything can happen. It might be an off pass, might be an overpass. You want to be ready for anything. That first big step, you want to basically turn your body away from the net to get back quickly while still watching for the setter and the ball. You want to be open and kind of running backwards. After the first step, you want to make a small step hop back to get your feet in a set position to begin your approach and to give you enough distance off the net for your approach. The next part after the transition, of course, is the approach. To begin the approach, we're going to do a 4-step approach with our left foot in the arch of our right foot, as I previously said. You want to take one small step with your left foot, start up your movement. You want to make a small, quick left step. You want to take another step with your right foot to keep moving forward, making it quicker and a bit larger than the left step. Then finally come your last 2 steps, which are very important. The third step you take should be a large motion with your left foot, putting it far in front of you, facing towards the setter, so you can begin to swing your body around on the hit. You want to make the steps a plant step, so you can begin to go into your trigger step, into the jump. And this way you keep yourself from moving too far forward or just keeping yourself a lot more stable before you actually launch into the air. Lastly, the 4th and final step is a large step. That's a trigger step to get your body into position to be able to launch itself up. You want to take this kind of step close into the jump, bringing yourself up into the air. However, while taking these steps to your approach, you want to start your arm swing as your arms begin to go back behind you, up into the air, so that you can build up a lot more momentum as you make your approach. As you reach your final step, you want to be able to swing your arms up to pull yourself higher into the air, reaching all the way up and being able to get straight into your approach. From this point, in your swing, you want to use your arm mechanics to make a solid, strong contact with your ball. The first point of your arm swing is to bring your arm back into a Zeus position, which is your non-dominant arm out in front of you, slightly above your head, to act as a guiding arm, so you can kind of see where the ball is and gauge where you should be hitting, while your dominant arm is drawn back with your hand near your ear. The next position is to bring your elbow up nice and high to get it drawn back and draw out slightly more power while turning your body outwards to get more torque as you swing. You want to have your elbow high and begin to drop your guiding arm. That high elbow should almost be like reaching back to grab an arrow. Lastly, you just want to make the final and last swing, making good solid contact with the ball, swinging down into it, kind of flicking your wrist down into it, with the ball being up high, fully extended arm, full contact with the ball, fully swinging through. You don't want to stop halfway through your swing. Always swing all the way through. Be sure to turn your body as you're swinging to get even more power out of your swing. To finish, you just want to put all of it together quickly, as the faster you can get up to attack, the more out of order you can get the other team, and the better off your team has a chance at getting the point. This is the main offensive move in volleyball, and it isn't easy for everyone to get into, as height and being able to jump high are big points to this. For me, something like that is kind of a struggle. The best way to train for hitting is to work on your contact and approach if you can't find other people. Your approach you can always work on, not even having to jump if you're in a tight space. Just make sure to remember all the points. If you go in for a dry swing, don't swing too hard and throw your arm out. If you're alone again with the ball on a wall, you can swing at the ball, hitting it into the ground, to bounce it against the wall, letting it bounce back to you, almost like a set going up to you, and continue to make contact with it. Just keep swinging into the ground, having it come back to you. If you have 2 to 3 people, you can get all together and begin a pepper, working on the 3 aspects of volleyball with somebody downballing it or just tossing it, and then bumping, setting, and just downballing it back and forth, just repeating the cycle of this. Of course, lastly, you can always have a setter, like me, just set the ball to you and practice your hitting. hope this video helped you learn how to hit in volleyball. See you on the court. Hopefully you'll stay tuned for my next video.